What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So the SPY, Qs, SMH, IWM, and the Dow all closing pretty good today. Okay, so we're going to review these charts using Elliott Wave, and we're going to discuss for the SPY and the Qs our alternate views. All right, we're going to discuss if we're going to see upside or further downside. So that's kind of like where it ties in with this whole big question: is there a dip buy or is this the fake out? So we're also going to analyze our game plan coming into this week as to see what we're going to do, and we're also going to review one chart that we've been looking at here in the channel, in which we took a trade on today. Now, before we dive into the analysis, consider subscribing to the channel, give me a thumbs up on this video, and don't forget to hit that bell icon. So the Qs pretty beat up, right? I mean, I do think that November 22nd to January 10th, all of this price action was pretty much corrective. Okay, I know a lot of people are calling this as if it was the top. All right, but as I mentioned in some videos in the previously, this is not a tale of an impulsive structure to the downside. This is pretty much a corrective move, correcting the structure here and correcting its higher degree. Now, looking at our traditional indicators, the 50, the 100, and the 200 day, okay, we see that we briefly lost the 200, but the 200 has served as good levels of support. As you can see here in its price history, we see that coming even back down towards May 17th of 21, we see it as support, even back here on March the 26th, here on October the 6th, and more notably here on December the 20th, when we saw that rally coming into towards the end of the year. Now, there's this one key level that we have been looking at, that we found support on, all right, and that was this previous all-time high on July and August of 2021. You see that this was a pretty good resistance zone in which the market, or the Qs rather, have found its previous support. Okay, it was previously resistance, and our technical technical analysis 101 suggests that previous resistance, once broken, becomes support. Okay, so 307 or 370 rather, actually no, this was the low rather, 369.31 was our support. All right, now let's go down to the 1 hour time frame and let's see where that was in confluence with any fib levels that we've been watching. Okay, so resetting the scale and then turning on our Elliott Wave analysis labels, and we're gonna zoom out here and we're gonna review price action from the October lows. So we clearly see that this is 5 waves, right? This is 1, 2. Actually, let me zoom out, okay, so we can see the overall picture. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to complete the 5th wave of wave 5 in the intermediate degree and wave 3 of the primary degree. All right, so this tells me that we are within a price structure of the primary degree wave 4. If we go back up to the daily time frame, we're going to take a look at where that lands and where is that in the oh, this thing is running away. So from the September 3rd of 2020, we made our first wave 1 high. We then found ourselves in the wave 2 pullback, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the final third, that we completed here on November the 22nd. So this is why I don't see this as being the top, right? I don't see this being the top because this isn't technically an impulsive structure to the downside, but moreover a corrective move, a correction that pairs up exactly or almost exactly to this corrective move here in its higher degree counterpart. Okay, now zooming back down to this zone, going down to the 1 hour time frame, we see that support zone, which is this dash line that I showed you guys from July and September of 2021, it came into spot on support, and that is a 23.6% retracement of this wave degree, and that is a 1272 of an extension between A and B. So there's 3 levels of confluence here that are letting us know that this was a solid support. Okay, so levels to watch on the downside should this fail are these two, right? 368, let me zoom in, 368.19 and 366.88. Okay, most notably 369.50, 369.57. All right, I'm going to take you guys down to the 5-minute time frame, and we're going to dissect this wave structure here to see where we can find an opportunity to the upside. Now, out of our January 10th low, right, we made our first wave 1. We got a pullback to the 23.6% retracement support. We then have a 5-wave rally to the wave 3, and now we are in a wave 4 correction. This seems to be already completed either here or here. Okay, we're about to take the highs here of its wave 3 high, and then we're gonna see a a price action head on higher. If this is confirmed and then we see price action in 3 waves lower and holds some sort of support here of the retracement of this advance, and we hold this low, then guess what, ladies and gentlemen, this is continuation to the upside. That here, this price structure, wherever this lands in 3 waves, is going to give us the confirmation that is going to be continuation to the upside. Now, if this is some sort of, let's say, not too deep of a correction, right? I'm going to show you guys real quick. Let's say this comes down towards somewhere in the middle, right, of 50%. Then this represents itself a pretty darn good opportunity, right? Because this will be our zone of entry with our risk level down here, which is our stop. Not a lot of room for risk, but a lot of room for growth. All right, guys, if we're wrong very small, but if we're right, we're going to be right big. So I'm pretty excited for whatever this comes. Even if it goes higher a little bit, I want to see this price structure coming down 3 waves. Again, wherever that lands is yet to be seen until we see a near top here into resistance, and then we see for the downside. As you can clearly see here, this zone is a resistance zone, as we have been having trouble breaking above it. So that's our area to keep our eyes open to. All right, guys, now let me take you over to our alternate account in the Qs. And our alternate account suggests what? Our alternate account suggests that this is ABC up into the B, and this is simply an ongoing wave 4 of wave C of wave 5. All right, if this is the case, we are coming into resistance at the $385.40 region and $381 respectively. Okay, this zone here, should it hold as resistance, it'll serve as a 1, 2, 3, our final fourth. Obviously, we have invalidation all the way up to 397. So this wave 4 can just meander in its way up, just as long as it remains south of 397. Then this is still valid from an Elliott wave perspective. All right, again, this is still corrective. This will serve for a price structure down to the lows. Confirmation of that would be a break of 369. So again, let's review. 369, okay, this low, and a break above this one, right? If we stick within here, we're still in the correction. All right, if we break above this by any means right now, okay, then wave 4 has completed, like in a previous bullish count, and we continue. But if price action rolls over, right, and we break, let's say this low here and this low here, and we can't hold them as support, and we break this low of January the 10th, then wave 4 of 5 of C of 5 is still in the cards as for the downside. Okay, guys, now let me take you over to the SPY, and let's take a look at the bullish, actually the bearish count. Same deal in the SPY. All right, so this is our alt SPY, our old count in the SPY. So down in A, ABC up to the B, 1272 retracement, which came in at 480.43. We got our first wave 1, our wave 2, which is at 618 at the moment, resistance. We also have resistance of this trend line. Okay, this trend line that originated here on November the 22nd, confirmed on the 16th, and now we're looking to see if we break above it. Likely this is just going to roll over ever so slightly towards 50%, 38.2% of this advance, and then we're going to see price keep on to the upside. However, if we see price roll over and we break the low of January the 10th, excuse me, then wave 3, say hello to the downside. Okay, for the downside to go and more pain to see. Now over to the most bullish scenario. Okay, taking you over to the 1 hour time frame. Like I've been suggesting in my videos, right? In this 1 hour time frame wave count, we are suggesting that the 50% or the $449.46 region in the SPY was our short-term support in the wave 5, on the wave Y of wave 2. So we got our W, our X, and then our final Y. We then rallied up, made a new high in the wave 1, and then we started selling off ever so slightly. So one can see that this is an A, B, and C move to the 78.6% retracement. Also, being that this was a pretty good level of support down to this region. Okay, the zone here, as I'm gonna highlight in just a second, okay, this was a pretty good level of support for the markets. We came just damn near close in validation, but you see, guys, it's never too late. I'm not a big fan of a 78.6% retracement of a wave 2 pullback, because that just comes close towards the 100% of this wave 1, and that's not a good thing. Now, should this be support, then let's take a look at where our targets for this wave 3 will likely be. All right, so our first target for the wave 3 will come in at the 100% extension, so it's 485, which will be a new high. Or if we see pretty good momentum to the upside, then 503 is not out of the question, ladies and gentlemen. We may be able to see SPY at 500 in the next month or so. Okay, so be excited for that, because a lot of good opportunity is coming down. Now let's take down to the 15-minute time frame and let's digest. So AB 1, 2, 3, 4, and final fifth to a 78.6% retracement, 457. Then we got our 1, 2, 3, 4, and our fifth. So we see a rollback towards the 50% retracement support. Let me zoom in. Okay, let's take our fib levels here, and we may see, yeah, 50%. That's pretty deep, right? I don't like it that way. So maybe a 38.2 and the 50% will be our support. A lot of people are going to think that this is going to be the next leg down, and we're going to be looking at this as a potential support area for a dip buy, and then off we go. So that is our game plan, ladies and gentlemen. Our game plan is to just be patient just a little bit more so that we can wait for confirmation, because when we see a 3-wave pullback to this zone, trust me that we're going to be looking good for the upside. All right, SMH, ladies and gentlemen. So SMH, the SMH is looking pretty healthy as well. So out of our October the 5th low, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to complete our intermediate wave degree 3. We got our A wave, our B wave, and then our C wave. Now you see here, we have a trend line that is originated back here, right, on February the 11th, confirmed on September the 15th, and now we're holding it as support. So far, we are holding this zone, and we're seeing a pretty good bounce to the upside. Okay, and that is letting us know that perhaps wave 4 of wave C is complete. Diving down to the 1-hour time frame, or the 5-minute time frame rather, a lot of these charts are looking similar, right, from its bounce from the lows here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then probably 5, 3 waves down to the wave 2, and then our wave C. All right, guys, so when we start seeing that a lot of them are bouncing, a lot of the big indices, right, are bouncing and forming similar price action from its lows, it's indicative of them pairing up and leading to the upside. Okay, over to the IWM. It's being beat up, guys, but it's not out of the question. Just like we saw on the SPY, we have hope that the 786 was our support zone. Okay, so from the low of wave 4 here on December the 20th, we got our wave 1, A, B, and C into the downside for wave 2. We're now seeing a positive reaction coming out of IWM to the upside. Okay, so watch support at 212, a 3-wave pullback to, let's take a look. A 3-wave pullback down towards the 215, 214, and then we'll see how this holds if there's momentum to the upside. Now, the last chart that I want to review with you guys is that of Microsoft. So I know I've reviewed Microsoft with you guys, and Microsoft is showing pretty good signs of momentum to the upside. Now we have a very, very low level of risk here in this trade because we took it right at support. So if I zoom out and just leave it here for a second, our chart is indicating that we bounced clearly out of the support zones from August the 23rd and September, just like we did on the Qs. And then we made a new low. And then we went up in 1, down in 2, 3, 4, and 5 to the wave 1. ABC pulled back into the wave 2 at a pretty spot on 618% retracement. Now you see, all right, this is what gave me good conviction for this trade, because not only we have the 618% retracement as support of this wave 2 retracement or correction, right? We also have we have 1 and 2 and 3 levels of support that is holding us. All right, so we have support and we have fib clustering. Okay, that is good enough confirmation for us to take to the upside. Now we took February debit spreads, and so if you guys want any of this analysis, consider joining Trending Waves. The link to the Discord group will be pinned down in the comment section. All right, guys, so that's it for me. I think that we're pretty good, right? I think that the SPY and the Qs are gearing up for further upside. Okay, clearly seeing as holding their support levels here. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, take care. Bye.